De Niro wanted to meet him, so we brought him, a little over a year ago, just before we started filming, to meet him. And my father had told the director several years earlier that he already had cast the film because he wasn't very surprised, it seemed, even when I first brought Paul Weitz to meet him, that we were making a film of his life, because he's the most fascinating person in the world. So, of course. So he'd already cast it back in the 70s, who should play him, and he told Paul that the only two people could play him, and that was either Dustin Hoffman or himself. And so when a few years later we came back with Robert De Niro, he wasn't very happy. So he was underwhelmed, he was, not impressed, not really happy, and so he sort of ignored De Niro for like an hour and just held forth and just rambled on with his stories about his fascinating life. And eventually I kept sort of trying to direct him to, you don't understand, this is Robert De Niro who's going to play you in the movie. And finally he turned to De Niro and said, like, so you do a little acting? You like to act? And De Niro was just, was like, yeah, I do a little acting, yeah. But I think it was sort of great for, for De Niro as an actor, I think, because it was, if you're going to play a character who is a narcissist, who is, has his grandiose visions of himself, I mean, what could be better than to be in the presence of him and be completely ignored? like it was, I don't imagine that De Niro has had that experience in a while, where someone is so completely impressed with being in his presence. So.